About a year ago, it finally started to hit me that I was not going back to college. I had finally unpacked and was getting settled into my new city, and then, like a steam locomotive, I got hit with the feelings train. I really hate the feelings train. Suddenly, I missed my friends, and I felt homesick, and I felt bored, because basically I went from being in a bunch of classes and clubs to having nothing to do after 5 p.m. And I don't think colleges do a good job preparing you for those feelings. So, here are my tips. Number 1. Get plugged in. Unless you have an A-plus bunch of coworkers, making friends as an adult is not that easy. For one, there aren't dorms or student orgs you can join, but also, you don't automatically have something in common with every person you meet. In college, even if someone is totally different from you, you can at least start a conversation over your college town or sports or something else your school does. But then, when you graduate, small talk turns into, so what do you do with your life? One of the most important things for me when I moved was getting connected with a group as fast as possible. And that might mean an art class, or a sports team, or a local church, or a professionals group, or whatever. And if you don't like meeting new people and the thought of showing up at something by yourself sounds totally terrifying, you can always drag a friend or a coworker with you. And if you were like me and moved to a city where you knew absolutely no one, you can always try going to something where the other people probably won't know each other either, like a new book club. Making friends is not the easiest thing, but eventually, after a few months, you can look back and realize, hey, you made it. Number 2, do the things you used to enjoy. When I was in high school, I did way more creative projects than I did when I was in college because, well, I had way more time and also was an overachiever. The cool thing about having a full-time job is that it isn't actually full-time. Usually, with most positions, once you clock out, you get to go home. Which means you have more time for activities again. Or you stare blankly at Netflix and take a 2-hour nap and then freak out because you wasted your whole evening. But actually, I started making stuff when I felt bored or homesick, and it helped a lot. It helped me feel like I was a person outside of my job, especially when I was still making friends. And like, dang, I knitted some sweet pot holders. About 4 years ago, a friend of mine pointed out that once you graduate, your free time suddenly becomes a lot more valuable. Like, if you get home at 5:30, that really only leaves you 5 to 6 hours to do the stuff you like before you gotta go to bed and then go to work again. And I felt a lot healthier once I started using those 5 to 6 hours intentionally instead of aimlessly. Number 3, give yourself grace. Once you graduate, it's really easy to look around and start comparing yourself to other people. Because apparently, some people were just made to be adults and have a million new friends and a perfect budget and are also probably in med school on the side or something. It's okay if that's not you. For one, some people's plates are just way larger than other people's plates, and they have the capacity to do more things at once. And also, you don't know what the circumstances are that led to those happy snap stories. Like, sometimes you meet someone and you hit it off right away, and other times it's been 5 months and you're sitting on your couch journaling and wondering why God sent you to Kansas when you know virtually no one your age. Just generalizing. It's okay if post-grad life feels hard or different or you miss the way things used to be. That doesn't make you a failure. One of the most relieving things for me was when I had a bunch of conversations with friends and we all kind of admitted that we missed how things used to be in undergrad. The connectivity and freedom and unity of it all. And we realized we weren't alone in thinking and feeling that. And even though post-grad life gets better and easier, it will still be different. And that's okay. Graduation, for all its pomp and circumstance, can sometimes feel like being pushed out of a community that you've known and loved and been a part of for 4 or 5 years. Like, suddenly, you've been kicked away from the fire, and it's dark and cold, and you don't know which way to go anymore. But the awesome thing is that I swear that there are other fires out there, and whether it takes you a day or a year to find one, you will find one, and it will be different, and it will be good. And if it's not, then get the heck out of there and go find a new fire, friends, because dang it, you're your own fire, and you don't need someone to diminish your own self-worth to feel happy and accepted and whole again. You can do it. You're gonna be great. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Check it out! Some of my boxes have been replaced with a coffee bar, and I've also just located some of them down there. Will they be back next week? I don't know. Stay tuned. The answer is probably yes.